Good morning all, I hope you guys are doing okay. So yesterday we started talking about mental toughness and the fact that we need to figure out what is for me the ideal internal state, the state in which I perform to my best, and once I'm clear about that I can develop skills to be able to access and maintain that state regardless of what's happening around me. So today we're going to talk about relaxation exercises. And in some ways this is a little bit of a cliche when one thinks of sports psychology. In fact, I remember the first time I ever did any kind of relaxation exercise was actually in a phys ed class many years ago when I was at school. And I remember at the time the teacher had us all lying on the floor with our eyes closed, and it was relaxing and interesting and a bit different, but there was a lot of giggling as well. And some of you guys who have been shown this by coaches would have had similar experiences. But I think in that kind of scenario we miss the key point. The key point actually is not to relax necessarily at that moment, but to show you what you need to practice over time in order to get to a point where if you choose to, regardless of the circumstances, you can literally in one breath relax and center yourself. And what does centering mean? It means through relaxing our extremities, our shoulders, etc., we are able to literally lower our center of gravity so that we are more balanced, we can execute more efficiently with greater power, etc. Now that is obviously important in, for example, the martial arts or in sports like gymnastics or even figure skating, but actually it applies to any sport. It's about learning to use our bodies as efficiently as possible with as little unnecessary tension getting in the way as possible, because that costs energy and it interferes with the smoothness of our execution. Okay, but developing that skill takes practice over time. And again, I think this 21-day lockdown period that we have is a great opportunity to practice this skill. So what is it that you should be practicing? Well, there are many different kinds of relaxation exercises. I think in sport, the most basic one that is worth starting with is called progressive muscular relaxation. And in a nutshell, all you do is you go progressively through different groups of muscles in your body. So starting with your hands, then your arms, shoulders, neck and jaw, face, feet, different parts of the legs, abdomen, etc. And what you're doing is you are clenching and relaxing those muscles. So as you breathe in, for example, starting with your hands, you go and you notice the tension in your muscles and you hold it for a few moments and then you relax. And all the time really focus on the difference in the feeling between the tension and the relaxation, because that makes us much more aware of when we're carrying unnecessary tension in the body. Often we don't even notice. What's important is the exact order in which you do the muscle groups doesn't matter. Most books will tell you to start at the toes and work up. I actually normally start with the hands. It doesn't matter. What does matter though is that as you clench, you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you let go, so that you start building a link between breathing out and releasing the tension. So for the next 2 weeks, in a perfect world, you would practice this daily. Only needs to take 10 or 15 minutes. And after that, you can start combining the muscle groups. Instead of going hand, arm, shoulders, you can do the whole arm, whole leg, and so on. And so gradually over the next 2-3 weeks you cut the process shorter and shorter, and in the end you're not even clenching, it's just one breath and relax. So it's a skill which really responds to practice, and it's a skill which I honestly believe that any serious athlete should have for if and when they need it. You don't need to keep practicing this for your entire career. It's a bit like riding a bicycle. You mission and you practice for a few weeks and then you've got it for whenever you need it. Cool. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.